something here. Put you down right here real quick. Wait, open this up. Right here in the cupboard because I'm too lazy to go get my tripod. Made homemade ice cream this morning. I'm just taking a look at it. I just got done teaching, but I wanted to kind of come on here because today is a big day. And let me explain why. Let me explain everything that's kind of happened this week. Oh, that looks good, you guys. I got an ice cream maker. I made strawberry ice cream. Let me take it right. Okay, so this is what's happened this week. But first, oh, that's perfect. That's good. That tastes like strawberry ice cream. That's good. Okay. So, what's going on this week? Why is today a big day? Let me explain. Let me explain to you all. Let me get my eggs. Let's go to the table. Let's go to the table and do this. So today is a big day because I have a job interview. What? You've applied for more jobs? Nope, I did not. Did not apply for any more jobs, but I have a job interview. How is that possible? Let me tell you. Let me tell you, because it's exciting. It's so exciting. So, 2 days ago, on Monday, today's Wednesday, I got a phone call from the superintendent of special education for the school district that I've been applying for. Now I have applied and interviewed for a secondary resource position for this district before, and I wasn't necessarily, if anyone's been watching my videos, I wasn't necessarily turned down like we went with somebody else kind of a thing. There was just no positions available, and they spent 2 months looking for a place to put me, and there was just nothing available. I guess something opened up, and so they aren't posting this position. Lily, down. You can see my naughty dog in the background. They're not posting this position online, but they called me and asked me if I could come in for an interview. So I'm assuming they're going to be calling other people as well to come in for an interview. But it feels good that he called me, and I'm pretty sure I am the first one that responded back or was willing to do an interview or didn't already have a position somewhere else, because he had to like call the people, like he didn't even know when he wanted to interview on Monday, and he had to call people, call around and find a time to interview. And today at 10 in the morning is an interview for me, and I am so nervous and so excited. I want to print off my a newer resume because a few things have changed since my last interview. I have another letter of recommendation, just a few things have changed. So I have an interview today, and I'll let you guys know how the interview went. And before I even post this, I'm gonna wait to post this until I know if I have a job next year or not. This just came on suddenly. I'm crossing my fingers and everything I have and praying so hard, because it feels like this one's just kind of falling into place. I didn't apply for it. The superintendent called me about the position to offer me an interview. The superintendent took time out of his day and called me to schedule this, because there is somebody down below him that could have done that. That's because it's the superintendent, and there's 2 people below him. There's a person in charge of secondary resource, and then there's the person in charge of elementary resource. And so the person in charge of secondary resource could have been the one to call me, but it was the superintendent who called me. So I'm trying not to read too much into it, but then again, I think it's good. I think it's good. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna eat breakfast, get my kids that have not eaten breakfast, and finish getting ready to go, since I need to be out of here in an hour and a half so that I can be there early. Because I'm paranoid about being late to things. I'm always early. So I will let you guys go. Hey, so.
Mom?
Yes, honey? Just try your best. You're doing D.
No, it's Sandy.
Okay. Okay, I have a son practicing piano, my 5-year-old. But I just wanted to show you what I have prepped to bring to my interview in hopes that all of this turns out, and hopefully this might give people some pointers after a person who's gone to many interviews and has been turned down multiple times. I'm going to show you a little what I'm doing differently today. I'm trying to get a job. So I did my very first interview. I brought this portfolio with me. It's not the best portfolio in the world. My portfolio will grow as I become a teacher, but I'm not a teacher yet, and so I have what I can in here. I have my resume, I have a cover letter, I have my letters of recommendation, and I have some samples of different lessons that I did teach during student teaching. Again though, it's not a bulky resume with awards and tons of stuff like that, because I don't have that yet. I haven't been an actual in the classroom teacher quite yet. But I am bringing this with me, kind of like a little security blanket for me that I have this. But I went one step further. I made packets. Hey, don't pound on it so hard, honey. I made packets for, I don't know how many people are going to be on the interview panel. I think only 2, maybe 3. But I don't know. So I made 4 packets with my resume, my cover letter, and all of my letters of recommendation that I have. And I kind of placed the letters of recommendation kind of in order from my perspective, like most substantial to the least substantial. And it's nothing against certain people or anything like that, but I'm going for secondary resource. But my first letter of recommendation that they would see if they flip to it is from a principal. And in the letter of recommendation, I will find it. Mom. What does it say?
Mom. I'm supposed to be on C.
I'll just read it. It says, Amy Glassett worked as a student teacher / volunteer at Heritage Elementary School last year and as a student teacher / art teacher this year. She spent much of her time working with, and it states 2 teachers that I worked with in 3rd and 4th grades, helping with lessons, student learning, and classroom management. Amy has been an excellent addition to our staff and has helped in many ways over the past 2 years. The teachers, staff, and students have been very impressed with her skills, abilities, and personality. We are a better school because of her work at our school. Amy helped in the classroom tutoring and helping with student cooperation and learning. Over the past 2 months, she has assumed the art teacher role in our school. I have always been impressed with her abilities and talents. I am so thankful for her and wish we could have her for another year. So he does. He wished that I could have been there another year. There weren't any positions available. Mrs. Glassett works well with teachers and staff and always has a smile and a cheerful disposition. She is a fantastic team member and a wonderful friend. The staff loves working with Amy and having her a part of our team. Amy is punctual and ready to work the minute she walks in the door. I have appreciated her blue-collar approach to work. She has impressed all of us with her positive personality and willingness to help. Ms. Glassett has made our school, and it states the school, a better place. Any school that gives her an opportunity to teach will indeed make a great hire. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions regarding Amy Glassett. And then it has his information. So I put a principal's letter of recommendation first on the stack. And then I put a speech pathologist that I worked with at the middle school. And it was a toss-up between the speech pathologist and the teacher that I worked with at the middle school. I decided to go with the speech pathologist because the teacher that I worked with is no longer working in the district. This was her last year. She is actually moving out of state with her husband. I did put her letter of recommendation, but I put it after the speech pathologist just because the speech pathologist is still here. So then I have the middle school teacher that I worked with, and then I have the elementary school teacher that I worked with. I have my clinical supervisor that would come in and observe me and grade me while student teaching. And then I have the 3rd grade teacher that I was observing and helping out with in the classroom. I would want to say last school year, but it's actually 2 school years ago because last school year ended. So I have that, just a simple letter of recommendation, cover letter, and letters of recommendation. This is normal paper. I'm bummed that it's normal paper. I do have some resume quality paper, but I can't find it. I think one of my kids got to it and I can't find it anywhere, and I don't have time to run out and get new paper and bring it back and print all this stuff. So, but I have these packets. I'm going to give them to everyone, and they can keep these packets so that they have something to hold that came from me. So I have those. I also have a box of thank you letters. I'm planning on going out to my car as soon as the interview's over. I have thank you letters and a pen and envelopes in here. I already have one of the thank you letters written because I know one of the people that's going to be at the interview, and that's the person in charge of special education for our district. I've been calling him the superintendent of special education, but that's not his technical title. He's just in charge of special education in the department. He is high up, like he's in charge of special education. So I do have his letter already written and everything, and I know I have a feeling who's going to be there, but I can't remember names, and I can't find them on the district website anywhere. So I'm gonna have to write their letters after the interview, and then I was planning on giving them to like the secretary at the front desk and asking her to get them to them so that they have a thank you letter from me. I have not done this yet. I should have been. It's like in the oldest thing in the book that you're always told to write a thank you letter to the people that you interview with, and I have not done that. And so I am definitely, if I don't get to the other letters, like thank you cards, I am definitely giving the one that I have, like to him, to the secretary to give to him, because I want this job. I want it so bad. So bad that it's literally starting to like hurt. I want this job. So I'm probably gonna head out here, and maybe even now, just because I find it comforting to drive in the car and to sit in the car for a little bit and take a few deep breaths and like stuff like that before I go in, just so I'm like calm and away from the craziness of my life, so I'm able to just kind of reflect and everything. So I will talk to you guys after the interview. I'll let you know how it goes, and then I'll let you know as soon as I know anything. And all of that's gonna be in this one video, so who knows? This is, no matter what, this is going to be a roller coaster of emotions. Hopefully they're really good emotions though. I want them to be really good emotions. So I will let you guys go, and I will talk to you later. Bye. You guys! I'm sure you could tell by the expression on my face right now what's happened today for me. I'm a high school teacher. It happened.
I have a job.
I have a job. I am a high school teacher. I don't know all the details. I have not seen my classroom. I literally got the call like 9 o'clock this morning, and it is now like 11:11, so I've known for like 2 hours. It feels so good. When I go in and sign my contract, I got a call from the secretary of the person who's in charge of special education for the district, telling me what I need to bring in and all that jazz. So I'm gonna go sign my contract today, and this happened sooner than I thought it would be. Like, if I did get the job, I didn't expect to get a phone call until at least the end of the week. It's Tuesday. I didn't think it was gonna happen. I did not think it was gonna happen this fast, if it was going to happen. And I kept telling myself, which sounds horrible, but I kept telling myself it wasn't going to happen, and it wasn't going to happen, it wasn't going to happen. I'm not gonna cry because I didn't want to be so heartbroken if it didn't happen. But then it happened, and I get to be a high school teacher. I get to be a teacher, and I get to help students. I am so beyond thrilled right now. So you guys were going along with this progression. You guys have seen me do my classroom observations. You've seen me go through student teaching. You guys have seen me go through the ups and downs of student teachings with my personal life, with everything going on with me. You guys have gone through the major lows that I've had this year, where I've had all these interviews and I just kept putting myself out there, and I wanted to give up, and I wanted to lose hope at points because it was so hard. And then I got a phone call. I didn't even apply. Like, I put this to my husband, and my husband's like, well, when you put it that way, because I was like, I didn't even work for this job. I didn't even try. I went in for an interview, and it was just talking. I really don't feel like I put forth, don't open that. I don't feel like I put forth a lot of effort into getting this job, because it was just this, I did the same thing I was doing constantly. And it finally, it really, I don't know how to put this. If you're going through what I went through to get a job, sometimes it's not the fact that you're not qualified. You could be very qualified for a position. I felt like I was very qualified, and all of my interviews went amazingly. And they did, you guys. Like, interview after interview, it was great. It was awesome. I did an amazing job with my interview, and it was more of a conversation than an interview, but it just, something wasn't the right fit for me at that moment. And then I went into this interview, an interview that I didn't apply for. Somebody called me after a previous interview. After I didn't really get rejected for a job, I was just told that there were no jobs. And then I get a phone call saying, hey, a job opened up. Can you come in and can we do an interview? Yes, let's do that. And then I interviewed 2 days before the job was actually posted. And then the job was posted until the 3rd. And maybe it was strategic planning on their part that they posted the job the weekend before 4th of July, and they took it down on the 3rd. I don't even know what that is. Put it down. I don't know what that is. Then they took it down on the 3rd, and I was expecting them yesterday to make phone calls to schedule interviews for this job. I don't even know if they interviewed anyone else. I don't know if they interviewed me and they're like, this is the person that we want. We're not going to do it. We have to post it. I know legally they had to post the job, but I don't even know if they did any other interviews. I don't care, honestly, but like, it was meant to be. This was meant to be. And so kind of now where this channel is going is you guys get to see me go into my classroom for the first time soon. I'm not going to be able to do a ton of decorating in my classroom. I have a few things, but you know, decorating a classroom, that's not the most important thing. Things will slowly come together in my classroom as the year progresses, because more than anything, I want more of a flexible seating thing going on in my classroom. Shane, don't do that to my piano. I want flexible seating, and that's going to cost some money. And so I want to make sure that I slowly incorporate the flexible seating that I want and stuff like that. I get to move my bookshelves, these 2 bookshelves that I have one over here, I have one over here. I get to move those into my classroom. The desk that I'm using, I'll probably end up moving this into my classroom and just using VIP Kit on the small table that I was using before. There's a cart of just stuff that I get to bring in. This room's pretty much gonna get cleared out because it's all my school stuff that I've been collecting and saving and just waiting for the day. So you guys are gonna see me semi-decorating a classroom. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, there's not gonna be too much decorating. I need to go in and assess, and I need to know what my schedule is actually like, so I know what to get and what to do. I need to get a teacher planner. I was looking at a digital one. I'm probably gonna get it. I'm probably gonna just jump in and get the digital planner. I also really wanted the Erin Condren planner. I don't know if I'm gonna get the Erin Condren planner. I'm really gonna try this digital thing though. But there's so many things, so you're gonna get me through that, and then you guys are gonna go through my first year of teaching, so you've gone through this entire progression. You've even gotten bits and pieces of me like actually doing school. So college, observation, student teaching, and now it's our next stage. It's teaching. It's having my own classroom, and it's gonna be great. And it's a different take. Like, this is high school. I don't see a lot of high school YouTubers out here. And more than that, there's really not a lot of high school special education. And so it is going to be a different experience if you're coming along with this ride with me, because it's not an elementary school classroom. It's not even just a regular high school or middle school where you teach just one subject. It's resource, it's special education, and there's going to be a lot of clerical things that go on, and just there's a lot of different things. I am lucky in my district that I pretty much write the IEP, and I just kind of stick it in a folder, and somebody else comes in and they organize everything. So it's not as much clerical as some other districts have to do, because they actually pay somebody to do that, to take that load and burden off of the special ed teachers. But it's here. I'm a teacher. Really quick, I want to show you what I got though, because I'm super excited about this. So, in the hopes that I was going to become a teacher, even if I didn't become a teacher, I knew I could use this. But I wanted a section in my classroom to be like our school family kind of a thing, where students can take pictures of them with their friends or with me, and just have a display of our school family. And they'll be displayed on, I'll be hanging this up somewhere in my classroom. I'm gonna hang this up in my classroom. And this is where I'm going to hang those pictures. So it's just twine with some clothespins, because I do want to do like a more homey. Hey Shane, you're too loud. I wanted to do like it's more like a farmhouse, like homey feeling. But I did get a Polaroid camera. This is the Fuji one, the Fujifilm Polaroid camera. And I got it in a kit, so it came with like this case and a bunch of film and just a bunch of other like little bits and pieces of things. So I could even, if I wanted to, hang some, there's another one of these like paperclip things, or not paperclip, clothespins, that I could even hang some up in my house to display photos of like my kids and stuff like that. But I got this in hopes that I would become a teacher, that I'd be able to use this in my classroom, and I am so excited that I get to do that. I get to do that with my class, and really create memories and build those relationships. And this is a big day. This is a really big day. But I'm gonna let you guys go. I need to check my email, because I need to make sure I have everything I need for when I go in to sign my contract and everything. And I'm a high school teacher. I'm a high school teacher, and I will see you next time. Probably the next time you see me, you'll be you might be seeing my classroom, because I'm a high school teacher.